Welcome back to the Scorpio Scriptures. Today we get into one of the most fascinating, might I say fascinating, placements that one can have in astrology. And one of the most pure and intense is Scorpio and Venus. Venus, overall, the planet of love, how we love things, how we show the way we care for others, you know, a very light-hearted planetary energy combined with Scorpio. Yay! Excellent, 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 excellent. Just everything opposite of what Venus stands for. So, if you have this placement, or if you know someone with this placement, this will give you some relatability and some deeper understanding. Now, before we begin, welcome to the Scorpio Scriptures. My name is Master Lee. I do work in Asia and in America. In my community, I am a spiritual teacher, spiritual practitioner. I use astrology and Bagua and many other spiritual gifts and faculties that I have to help determine people's relationship compatibilities, do spiritual healing. So if you are interested in our traditional relationship compatibilities using astrology, go ahead and check that out in the description below. You know, it's a tradition of my culture, so I'm very happy to share it with you. Now let's get into Scorpio and Venus. Scorpio and Venus is like, I love you or you don't really exist to me. And as blunt as that is the way Scorpios are. So it is a tough energy to deal with, but it can bring the greatest reward, and it is the most powerful. All right. So how would these people look overall? Scorpio and Venus people, very attractive. Not in the traditional way, like in a model or a magazine, right? They may not be the most physically attractive people, but they will have something about them. There's something about them that makes them very attractive, right? It's almost like a deep underlying, like sexual, mysterious energy that really draws people to them. They can be pretty, they can be handsome, they might even be a plain face or even what I call a butter face, right? Looking like the seat on a okay, I'm not gonna say that, but they might not be the most attractive people traditionally, but they have this underlying like all Scorpios do, but especially in the planet of love, right? So it does make these people, they are very attractive people overall, and they have this alluring, you know, sexual charisma about them that is effortless. But that's the Scorpio and Venus person. The female Scorpio and Venus overall is very, very, very like a rose, right? Like a rose. Beautiful to look at, but when grabbed a little too hard, the thorns may come back at you. So you must handle a rose very delicately to enjoy her beauty. This woman likes, overall, she likes very powerful men, very strong men, you know, masculine, manly men overall, with the element of swagger, with the element of a little bit of bad boy, a little bit of good guy, a little bit of everything. The Scorpio and Venus is a very confusing sign to even understand at first, but this woman will love you many times from a distance, and it will be hard for her to really confess her love. She'll let you know she likes you, but you'll be confused how much she does like you. And she'll draw you in, kind of like a spider into the web. And she'll be waiting. Alright, Scorpio and Venus woman is a deep, loving, loyal woman who loves very, very, very hard, as all Scorpio and Venus do. She will most likely have a very good sense of fashion. kind of dark, kind of alluring, showing the good parts of her body, but not in a, like a slutty or a hoish way, in a very alluring way. It will seem seductive yet innocent at the same time. These women have very pretty eyes, very beautiful hair, and almost a sense of magnetism, like a black hole to them, that is very fascinating to the opposite sex. Overall, they're very pretty, intoxicating women. Scorpio and Venus man will appear to almost ooze sex appeal. Well, both of them ooze sex appeal, but in his actions and the way he moves, it's very, sex is communicated in everything. These men would make great professional dancers. They would if they wanted to. This man, he's always gonna look pretty good. He's also gonna have that same energy that the Scorpio and Venus woman has. It's kind of an underlying attraction, like a volcano of sexual energy waiting to erupt. Now, for those with this placement, what is something for them, and what is something for the outsiders to understand, is that they love hard. The energy is very hard to control, and they love very hard. They can become obsessive with their lover, and they want to be obsessed with their lover. But the problem is when their lover is not obsessed with them, right? That's when trouble ensues. They can be victims to fantasy and, delusion, which can be dangerous because it can leave them end up getting played. The Scorpio and Venus is a very intense love. It's like, I want you to understand the depths of me. I want to, kiss you forever, until we just physically can't. I want to make love to you. I want to do all sorts of things to you. I want to spoil you. I want to make you mine. I want to hold you. Imagine the scorpion, right? What's a Scorpio do? It kind of scorpion do, right? Imagine the scorpion, the little creature. Its nature, how it moves, how it will move very slowly, how it might poke you, how it might observe you. Then what it's going to do, it's going to sting you with its tail and then grab you, take you back to its lair and begin eating you, right? That's kind of what a Scorpio nature is. It's like the first they'll look at you, give you a little bit, observe you, and then they'll want to take you, hold you, and consume you, merge with you. This is mine, nobody else's, mine, right? Ownership. Not in a dominating type of way, because this is love we're talking about. It's a consuming love. It's a giving love. It's a love that can reach the bottom of the ocean, the highest highs and the lowest lows. A Scorpio in Venus is a intense experience. Now, for the people with the Scorpio and Venus placement, trying to, function in the world with this, what is something I can say to them? I would say is, just take it slow. Take it slow. Understand that, and this is a part of enlightenment in all itself, right? Understand that you are influenced by certain energies of the planet when you incarnated here as a human being. And not to let these energies control you. You must be in control of the way the energy influences you, and you must understand that you have a pattern and you have behaviors that come when, yes, including love, including other things, right? Understand that it is your nature to act a certain way, that this body is a vehicle that is influenced by planetary energies and other energies, by your past experience and the way you think, the way you move, and the way you walk, and the way you talk, and understand. This is how I am. And when you understand who you are, it is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Still, first you must give that love to yourself. Scorpio and Venus, give that love to yourself before you want to pour it onto other people. Because oftentimes you may fall in love too quickly, and you must be cautious And oftentimes you may be wanting to give that love to the wrong person, and you may be in love with the fantasy and not the reality. So my advice to you to survive in this planet is to know thyself, which is the beginning of a lifelong relationship, which will make you better to other people, which will help you survive in this world, and which will help you attract and interact with the right mate, right? Now, who is Scorpio and Venus compatible with? I really would say, to be honest, you know, it's complex, right? Because astrology in itself is complex. No two people are the same. There's so much more to just saying, okay, this sign gets along with this sign, etc. But I'd say Scorpio Venus would do well with another Scorpio and Venus. There are very few people that can really handle and, you know, enjoy the love of a Scorpio and Venus other than another Scorpio and Venus. My girl, right? She's a Scorpio and Venus. As am I. And one day we were talking, and she knows that I do spiritual work. And I was telling her some things. I was teaching her some things about spells and what we call magic and so forth. And just warning her about, you know, things to do and what not to do when engaging with certain people. She said to me, she said, Jay, did you put a spell on me? You know how to put spells? Did you put a love spell on me? And I said, no. You just have a Scorpio and Venus, baby. I didn't say that, but I said no. I understand why she's asking that, because I know her chart, I know her signs. She doesn't really understand it yet, but she has a Scorpio and Venus, and I observe the way she fell in love for me and the way her emotions are influenced by me, and it's very intense. And at times it can seem like you've fallen under a spell for another person, or maybe another Scorpio Venus can do that to you. You would question, and it's real easy. Your intuition knows if something happened that is good or not. Am I under a spell? Intuition say no. Yeah, no, I'm not. But many times, if you're not connected to yourself, you could think a Scorpio and Venus put a love spell on you, put some black magic or whatever on you, some witchcraft on you, because of the way the energy affects another person. That's just a funny story. Scorpio and Venus would do good with another Scorpio and Venus. I really think so. Perhaps a Pisces and Venus. Right? Those are two signs that traditionally get along well. If you have any ideas, would you comment down below? From what I've observed, this is a very tough placement, especially when it comes to relationship and marriage compatibility. What do you think? What do you think? In my many years of practice and observation and relationship compatibility and dealing with my community, I always note when anyone has any Scorpio placements, especially Scorpio and Venus, because it's always going to be a little more extreme than other placements, especially when it comes to love and marriage. It's something that needs a whole class of its own. But that's all for today, folks. Do you guys like the picture? Comment below if you like this picture. I do think it is very cute, and I do think it's very fitting for the topic. See you next time.